know one thing, and you and I can experience this. It's easy to experience. All of us have quote-unquote relatives. All of us have friends. All of us belong to neighborhoods or societies or groups. And the Qur'an tells us something, and you and I can evaluate it. It says, وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. Now, the basic translation of this, the wish of most of those of people of the book, and the Muslims understood people of the book to be quote-unquote Jews and Christians. As a student of the Qur'an, I didn't see that. Ahlul Kitab refers to anybody who has no excuse to say that I did not get information, guidelines from established ordinances of a divine nature. And that includes, with that kind of definition, that includes me and you. There are many Muslims who fall under this category. And you will hear, and you will think about it, and you have a choice to say, no way. Well, all the Muslims are very good people. You know, you can disagree with me. So the Qur'an is saying, وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. It is the lifestyle of most of those who subscribe to quote-unquote religion. أَن يَرُدُّوا لَوْ يَرُدُّونَكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ إِيمَانِكُمْ كُفَارًا. Ask those people from within the community who have started to change their lives. And if you look at the Muslim community, you will see certain fixed standards. If you look at the Christian community, you will see certain fixed standards of life. If you look at the Hindu community, you will see certain fixed standards of life. They have to pay attention to rituals. Although these rituals are not supposed to do anything great in their lives, but they must participate in the ritual. If somebody doesn't do the rituals, that becomes news. What doesn't become news is the fact that these people have been doing these rituals all their life and there's nothing substantial. That ought to be the news. But that's not given the highlight. But if you now decide, no, I need to understand with my intelligence, I need to see where I'm walking, because divine light shines in the day as well as in the night. And I can see where I'm going, where my children are going, where my resources are going, where my energies are going, what I'm going to leave behind when I'm physically dead. How I'm going to live on in the lives of my children, in the lives of my family, in the lives of my friend, in the lives of my neighborhood. That's very important. And the Qur'an tells us, I learned this from a very tiny age. We learned rules for road safety. I'm sure you do. And I'm sure the children continue to learn that, which is a good thing. Canada is a very busy place. More and more cars and trucks every day. Right? So they will tell us, you look right, look left, look right again, when it's clear, then go across the road. Right? I hope it's the same thing here. But I also learned something later on. When you're on the right side of the road, don't be lackadaisical. Walk with alertness. Be aware. Because you might play on the right side of the road. You might push one another, and somebody might push the other into the oncoming traffic. It means, what I learned from that, even if you are on the right, you have to be vigilant. You have to be alert. You have to be sensitive. You have to be aware. You have to be watchful. You cannot afford to walk on the road, even if that's the proper side of the road. Walk with the eyes shut. Walk with the brains closed. You have to be alert. Somebody could, I don't know, they lost a reason, might have been under the influence of alcohol or drugs and might decide to take a sudden crazy turn, and you've got to give yourself the last chance for evasive action. So you've got to be alert. So the Qur'an says there is a constant battle. And I know many people who have changed from the ways of their forefathers, ways that have not really made their lives vibrant and useful. The moment they change, there is at least a certain amount of distastefulness. Why did he go and do that? Why did she do that? Instead of acknowledging the better steps that this individual has taken, instead of acknowledging the better life this individual is living, instead of acknowledging the responsibility, we are now finding faults to condemn those who are setting themselves and others on a more useful and beneficial path of society. So the Qur'an tells you and me that they are people who are actively involved in trying to revert us to the lifestyle where divine loftiness was never seen. It was generally covered and suppressed. The Qur'an tells us of something that we should be concerned about. And this is found in Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, 136. It says, الذين يتخذون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين أيبتغون عندهم العزة فإن العزة الله جميعا. Let's ask ourselves, why would you and I gravitate towards kufr, especially when it has not been given any attention in the Qur'an of loftiness or of excellence? The Qur'an gives us an example that one of the reasons that people still caress kufr is because many people feel if they are to break with their society, they will lose status, they will lose honor, they will lose credibility. Many times I have dialogue with people, and in private they cannot raise their finger against the divine loftiness of the Qur'an. In fact, they accept. But you will find those people are not prepared to take leadership in their own lives, because it's like, if I'm to change now, can you imagine what my spouse is going to say? Can you imagine what my siblings are going to say? Can you imagine what my friends are going to say? Can you imagine the society that had respected me for being a big one in the religious circle, what they're going to say? That is the kind of issue we have in society today. Because if you confront the religion as practiced by people today in society, it has no serious response to the Qur'anic message. And that's why the Qur'an says to you and to me in chapter 4 of 139, الَّذِينَ يَتَّخِذُونَ الْكَافِرِينَ أَوْلِيَاءَ مِن دُونِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Awliya, those who take people of kufr as awliya over people of iman. Now here's a good example. All those who belong to the Muslim community, it's not a foregone conclusion that they're people of iman. There is no evidence that they are people of iman, because somebody has an Arab name or dresses like an Arab or recites Qur'an in Arabic, that doesn't make any